Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking in. Today we are going to be sharpening a pair of secateurs or pruners. This one's for you, Mom, upon her request. So let's get right to it. Here is a cut of some burning bush that you can see is not clean. This is the condition that these pruners are currently in. You can see it tore and crushed some of the fibers, not leaving a clean cut. And if you don't have a clean cut, you can introduce bacteria and fungus and parasites to your plants. So it's always best to have a sharp blade, which is what we are going to do next. The first thing that you're going to want to do is take something like a coarse, or actually something like a burnisher, and you're going to want to run it perpendicular to the beveled edge. And you want to do that because you want to expose new material, new metal for the bevel. And that's also how you would take out if you have any little chips in the bevel or nicks. You would go, and once you do this, you'll actually feel like if you were using something like this, you would feel when you hit a rough divot. And you want to do this until you no longer have those divots in there. Okay. So over here on the workbench in the sharpening pond, I put a towel down because I'm going to do some maintenance that I'll speed up through the video or skip altogether while I do this. But this is going to be primarily the sharpening, and I'm going to show you a few different tools or techniques that you can use to sharpen these pruners. So what I have here are the Felco 2 bypass pruners. And so understanding these pruners is important so that you don't ruin them. There are one great thing about Felco, and I have no affiliation with them, but they do sell replacement parts for their pruners. So if you did happen to make a fatal mistake while sharpening these and you ruin them, just know that there are replacement parts. But the way these pruners work is you have this big thick blade. This is called the counter blade, and you have a beveled blade, which is this one here. This is the back side or the flat side of the beveled blade. So this has a bevel on it, but we're not going to sharpen that. This acts to just hold the branch or material that you're cutting, and then as you squeeze and clamp down, the pruner is going to bypass that blade and make the cut. So this one we do not touch. We don't sharpen this bevel here. We leave the flat side alone on the back as well. And now that I've flipped it over, you can see that on the beveled blade, it's hard to see this, but there is a small micro bevel, or you call that, yeah, micro bevel. And that's what we're going to sharpen, okay? So we're not going to sharpen the entire face of this, but we will clean that off because it's got some rust and sap and grime on it. So the only thing that we're going to sharpen here is actually this bevel right here, okay? and then we're going to just remove the burr on the back side. We're not going to sharpen the back side at all. You don't want to touch the back side other than for cleaning it up and removing the burr, which is going to be very minor abrasion right at the apex. All right, so additionally, if you don't have the tools to take this apart, you can use something. That's where this small little rod, diamond plated rod would work to fit in there. Just make sure you're able to get the correct angle, and you may need to come around from this side to match the angle of that bevel. So I actually have that rod there that would work, and then I've got a coarse, fine, and extra fine DMT rods that would work in the same way. So you could match that bevel and then make a pass along the entire length of the bevel, and you could go from coarse, which is probably fine anyways. I would stop at coarse or fine, but we don't have to get into a high grit or a high polish on this because of the nature of work that this tool is doing. It's doing aggressive outdoor cutting of wood and branches. The third technique for sharpening, I've got these diamond coated paddles or plates, and I've got again a medium, a super fine, and a fine. So I would start with the medium, which is my coarsest, and then I can take this, place it in the jaws here, match the angle of the bevel, and then make a pass. So I can come in here, rest the paddle on the bevel, and make a pass. Do that until you feel maybe a tiny burr, or until you get you can see a new clean layer of metal on the bevel. So that's your indication that you have introduced new metal to the apex if it's fully coated and grimed up like this one. The last technique is to use one of these tungsten carbide tools. And again, you're going to place it on the bevel at the correct angle and then ride it across, okay? If you are able to take apart and you're comfortable taking the tool all the way apart, you can absolutely do that. And what that is going to allow you to do is have full access. So now if you've got one of these paddles, now you can, there's no restriction from the other counter blade, this piece, getting in the way, and you can get directly to the bevel there. Okay. Here's an image of a similar sized branch that I cut with the sharpened pruners. You can see that it's a cleaner cut and that the sharpening was effective. I hope this helps you get a sharp edge on your pruners. Just follow these basic steps and I'll put links below to a lot of the tools that I've used in the video. As always, I am so appreciative of you watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with somebody that you think might like this. Damn for all, out.